In the previous video, we learned how to load our avatar, how to rotate our model, how to zoom in and zoom out, and how to do panning. In this video, we will learn how to make basic garment. So, for making a garment, first we need to make patterns. And where we can make patterns in the 2D window. Here you can see we got a shadow of our model. We have to make our pattern over this shadow. So for making a pattern, first we need a drawing tool. Shortcut for drawing tool is H. Just press just press H in your keyboard and it will look like this. Okay. See here the fourth tool. You can see this is polygon tool and shortcut for this is H. You can either press H on your keyboard or simply go to this tool. I'm giving you a quick review how to work with this tool. Okay. If you simply do click and click and click, it will make a straight shape. Okay. But for making patterns, we need curved lines. Like for armhole and neckline, we need curved lines. So how to make curved line? For making straight line, we need to just click and click. It will connect the points. Okay. But for making curved line, simply click and don't leave the button. By pressing it, just drag it. Okay. And it will come like this. This is more like uh, pen tool in Illustrator. If you have used Illustrator, you can easily use it. Okay. What to do for making curved line? Simply click, then don't leave the button and drag the button and practice to control the handle. Okay. Now you can see we got two handles, but for making pattern we need just one handle. To turn off the second handle, just go to the point and click over it. See, the other handle has gone. Now let's try it over the model. Let's make a basic pattern. You can see here we got a straight line on the center of the model. Uh, as we all know, our body has symmetrical shape. So we don't need to make the all parts of our pattern. We just need this one-fourth part and the other part will be copied from that only. Okay. So let's make this right side part. Okay. Let's try to make round neck. Simply click, then drag. We got our neck. Now see, I'm not ending the line here on the neck. I'm making pattern outside the line. Because our garment should not be that big. It should have some spacing. Okay. Then shoulder, then armhole. Our one-fourth part is ready. I'm showing you again. Even if you want to make halter neck, we need to make at least 2 points. You have to give at least 2 points. Okay. Then whole. Now you can see here, there is pink line coming. It is showing that the straight and perpendicular line from the pattern. Means this pink line showing us the straight line direction. And every time pattern should be closed. Now our front half pattern is ready. Okay. Now we need to make the back pattern. For making back pattern, what we have to do? First, we need to take the selection tool or transform pattern tool. Shortcut for this is A. Okay. Now now select the pattern by just clicking over the pattern. Now press Ctrl C and Ctrl R. It will make a reverse pattern. Okay. For back, we make a reverse pattern. Make sure you don't put the patterns here and there. So you may be confused later which is the front part and which is the back part. Now you can see that we made our pattern here on the 2D window, but on the 3D window, we got our fabric. What we have made here, the same fabric is here. Okay. Similarly, let's try to make the bottom also. Press H for the drawing tool. Now let's start with our bottom. Now suppose we got our point on the wrong side and we want to go back. So what we have to do for this? We can use backspace or delete button. Both can be used, backspace or delete button for going one step back. But if we want to delete the whole pattern, whole single pattern, just press Ctrl Z. Now let's make the pattern. Let's make the skirt. Now let's make the back part. We can make the back part also by selecting the whole top and bottom part. Like if firstly make the front part, then select the both pattern. Now press Ctrl C and Ctrl R for the reverse pattern. And for the selection, simply press A or get your transform tool and click at one point and drag to select the whole pattern. Okay. Now for making the other half part of the pattern, we need to simply copy the whole pattern, then press Ctrl C, then Ctrl D. Always remember, never confuse in this. Okay. For making the back pattern, we need to press Ctrl C and Ctrl R. R for reverse. Reverse part for the back part. And for making the other half pattern, we need to simply select the first part and press Ctrl C and Ctrl D. Okay. Now we got our front and back part. Now let's move to the 3D window. Now here you can see the patterns we have made. All the fabric cutouts are here in front of the model. Now we need to set our patterns in its proper position. For that, we need the fitting tool. To fit the pattern at their positions, we need a fitting tool. And the shortcut for this is Shift plus F. Shift plus F for the fitting person. Now, after pressing Shift plus F, you will get this dot kind of thing all over the model. Okay. Now, how to use this? Like if we want to this part. Okay. Now, this right pattern is the back part of the model. Okay. Simply select the pattern. Like I'm selecting the back part of the top. Then move, rotate the model, come to the back part of the model. Now, if I come over this blue dot, I'm not pressing any key, okay? Simply come over the dot. This will show a review kind of thing that how your pattern will be positioned at that point, okay? Now you can see this is going too far and this is too low. This point is perfect, okay? Simply click here and your pattern will come here only, okay? Now you can see I have selected the only single pattern, but the another back part also came at the same uh, at at that position. This is because we have made the other half by simply copying and pressing simply pressing Control C and Control D. This make the thing easier. We only need to do the work on the one part and the other part will be done automatically. Okay. Now let's place the skirt part. Select the skirt. You can select either of that part. Okay. If I select this part, select, rotate the model, come to the point where you want to place it, then click. Other half has also placed on its position. Now you can see our pattern is going inside the body. We don't want to place it like this. The pattern should be at small distance from the model. Okay. So for making little adjustment, we got this circle and arrow kind of thing. This is called gizmo. How to work with this? You can see here this green line showing upward direction. Simply left click, hold the button and move. It will move your pattern in the upward and downward direction only. Okay. And when we come to this red line and left click mouse and move, it will go sidewise. Okay. And this blue line is I'm showing from the side view. Okay. See this red line, right, left click, then move. Now this is perfect. Do the same thing with the another pattern also. Now our pattern is placed properly. Now same thing we have to do with the front pattern also. See here this is too far from the model. We have to put this on the proper position. But from the front we can't see the position because our pattern is coming on the top. So first move your pattern anywhere outside the model. Now select the pattern, see the position, then click. Select the pattern, see your position, then click. Now use the gizmo for the little bit adjustment. Now our patterns are placed at its position. Now we have to turn off this fitting person. For turning off the fitting person, again press Shift F. Now we need to stitch the patterns. For this stitching in clo, we have Nasir Bhaiya. You can guess the shortcut for this. This is which is N. Press N on your keyboard and it will come like this. You can see a little sewing machine type of kind of icon will come. Let's come to the 2D window. Firstly, I will show this on the 3D window. It will give you a clear idea about this. Okay. Now come to the line. Here this is the side seam of the pattern. You can see here we get uh, two lines kind of thing on the top and bottom. Simply click over this line, then come to the another pattern, then click this. See, you can see the stitching line. Okay. Now again come to the skirt part. Click. Now suppose if we do this, here you can see our stitching lines are going like cross. This is the wrong stitching. Press Ctrl Z for undo the process. Always remember, if you are selecting top part, see I am pressing on the top part of the skirt, then join it to the another top part of the skirt. And if we click on the bottom, press the bottom. Okay. Now you can see we have done the stitching part on one side and same stitching has completed on the other side also. This is the magic of flow. We don't need to do much work. This make our work easier. Okay. Now come to the shoulder. Let's stitch this. Now it's time to see the magic. Okay. Simply press the space bar in your keyboard. Pressing the space bar, you will get this hand kind of thing. This is used to adjust the fabric. Suppose our skirt is going down, we want it a little bit up. Simply left click and move it. Do it slowly. Do the same thing with the back. Click and move upward. Now, if you want to add some elements on your garment, again come to the 2D window. Suppose we want to add some flare in our skirt. Press H for the drawing tool. Control C, Control R for the back part. Press A. Select the both pattern. Now press Control C and Control D. Now come to the 3D window. For the fitting person, press Shift F. Now select the part, come to the point, then click. Move the front part aside. Now come to the point, then click. Now you can see our pattern is wrapping around the legs, but I don't want to wrap it around it. It is like skirt, you know. So we are not using the fitting person for this, okay? We have to do this manually. Like simply select the pattern. This gazebo will open. Now come to the side view. This much is sufficient. Now again select the second pattern. Come to the side view. Move the pattern and this is perfect. Do the same thing with the back part also. Now see, you can see from back this is looking gray. This gray color means your pattern is wrong. Like this is upside down. We have to rotate the pattern. So this circle kind of thing, this blue, green, and red circle are used for rotating the pattern. Come to this green line, this arrow kind of thing will appear. Now rotate the pattern. Now you can see our pattern has become white. Means this is correct. Okay. Now move the pattern. Okay. Now come to the side view. Move the pattern little bit toward the model. This is good. Okay. Move little bit down. This is good. Do the same thing with the another part. Rotate the pattern. Now this is looking perfect. Okay. Now that we have placed our patterns on their place, now come to the 2D window. Now we will do the stitching part on the 2D window. We can do it on the 3D window also, but I'm doing this just for showing you. Okay. Now for stitching part, we have to call the Nasir Bhaiya. Press N. Now stitch this part to this part to this part. And the side parts also from the center. Now see the back pattern. On the back pattern, this smaller part will come on the center. We have to stitch the center. So either you can stitch here, or if you get any difficulty to understand here, you can do this stitching part here on the 3D window also. This is the back part. Stitch this line to this line. Now that our stitching work has complete, now one more thing I'm showing you. Suppose our pattern is placed like this. You can see here our stitching line are going inside the body of the model. But this is wrong. Stitching line should not go inside the body. Always correct this by moving the pattern a little bit. Now our stitching part is done. Then press space bar. Now we are done with the basic garment. For saving this, go to File, then Save As. project. Now see, if you save it as a project, you can do editing work in future. Okay, but if we save it as garment, we can't do any editing work in future. Okay, for so for this time we are going to save this as project. And where we have to save this? Select the file we have made for the flow project. Now name it. Let's save. Now you can get your project here. See, in the library in flow project, you will get all your saved project. Okay, like here, our here is the dress we have saved